The beep of the scanner was the soundtrack to my exhaustion. Each item I slid across the glass: a carton of milk, a loaf of bread, a bag of apples, was a tiny, repetitive note in a song I never wanted to hear again. For 8 hours a day, I was a human machine, trading my time for a paycheck that seemed to vanish before it even fully arrived. I wasn't living, I was just cycling. Work, pay bills, sleep, repeat. The dream of a different life felt like a distant star, beautiful but unreachable. My name is Leo, and 5 years ago, my world was the four walls of the Brightway grocery store. My escape came in the unlikely form of a quiet, elderly gentleman named Mr. Harrison. He was a regular, always buying the same brand of tea and a copy of the financial newspaper. But unlike other customers who rushed through, he moved with a serene purpose. He never seemed worried or hurried. One Tuesday, as I handed him his change, the desperation in my voice surprised even me. "Mr. Harrison," I began, my voice barely a whisper. "You always seem so at peace. How do you do it? How do you make your money work for you instead of the other way around?" He paused, his kind eyes studying me for a moment. He then smiled gently and said, "It's not a secret, Leo. It's a journey. It's a journey of 7 steps. Meet me for coffee tomorrow before your shift and I'll draw you the map." The next morning, in a small cafe, Mr. Harrison laid out the first step. "The foundation of freedom, Leo, is built with the bricks you save. Before you do anything else, you must pay yourself first. Every paycheck, take a portion, 10–15%. Whatever you can manage and put it away. Live on the rest. Crucially, avoid debt, like a plague. Debt is an anchor that will hold you in the storm." I took his words to heart, started packing my lunch, brewing coffee at home, and canceling subscriptions I barely used. It was hard, but watching that savings account slowly climb was the first real hope I'd felt in years. A few months later, I had saved a respectable sum. The temptation was immense. A newer car, a fancy new television, the commercials for them seemed to follow me everywhere. I mentioned this to Mr. Harrison, and he smiled knowingly. "This is the second step, my boy, resisting the siren's call. Money isn't for a fleeting pleasure, it's a seed. You can either eat the seed now and be hungry again tomorrow, or you can plant it and harvest for a lifetime. Your choice." I looked at my old reliable car and decided it would do just fine. The seed would be planted. "But what do I plant?" I asked him during our next meeting. This led to the third step. "Look around you," he advised. "What are you good at? What do you enjoy? Passive income isn't just about stocks and real estate. It can start with your own passion." I thought long and hard. I worked in a grocery store, but my real passion was photography. I loved capturing the vibrant colors of the produce, the rustic texture of fresh bread. "Hey, Mr. Harrison said, pointing a finger at me. "That's your starting point. Your passion is your compass." The fourth step was the scariest, taking action. "Don't wait until you have a perfect plan or a huge investment," he warned. "Act quickly, start small, and learn as you go. Use the savings you have. This minimizes your risk." So, I bought a quality second-hand camera. I spent my weekends building a small online portfolio. I offered to do free product shots for a local bakery just to get some experience. My first paying gig was for a small cafe photographing their new menu. I was terrified, but I did it. The small check I received felt more valuable than a whole week's wages from the store. As those small checks started to trickle in, Mr. Harrison introduced the fifth step: scaling with your profits. "The first fruits of your labor are the most important," he explained. "Don't spend them, reinvest them." I used my earnings to buy better lighting equipment, to take an online course in photo editing, and to pay for a professional website. The trickle of income slowly began to grow into a steady stream as I started selling my food photos on stock websites. I was no longer just trading my time for money. My photos were working for me even while I slept. Soon, my photography income was becoming significant. "Now, for a crucial lesson," Mr. Harrison said, guiding me to the sixth step. "Never depend on a single river. You must diversify." He encouraged me to explore other avenues. I started a small blog teaching food photography basics, which eventually generated ad revenue. I created a digital guide of my top 10 tips and sold it for a few dollars. I was building a web of small, interconnected income streams. He also gave me a rule for enjoying my success. Reward yourself, Leo, but never with more than 50% of your profits. The other half must always go back into building your future. That year, I took my first real vacation, paid for entirely by my passive income. The final step, he told me, was the one that tied everything together. Be patient and persistent. This is not a lottery ticket. It is the slow, steady growth of a mighty oak tree. There will be seasons of doubt and slow growth. You must continuously learn, adapt to changes, and never, ever give up. There were months my photo sales dipped, and times I felt like I was wasting my effort. But I remembered his words. I persisted. I learned new techniques, and I kept planting seeds. Years have passed since that first conversation. I still work at the grocery store, but only a few shifts a week. Not because I have to, but because I enjoy the connection with my community. My passive income has grown beyond my wildest dreams, providing a life of freedom and choice I once thought impossible. The other day, a new young cashier, her face etched with the same exhaustion I once wore, looked at me and asked how I always seemed so calm. Simply smiled, bought my tea, and said, "It's a journey of 7 steps. Meet me for coffee tomorrow, and I'll draw you the map."